Hey guys, good morning. It's Tracy. My channel is Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. It is Friday morning, y'all. I look like my sinus stuff I woke up, I just felt hung over. So I don't know. I don't want to get antibiotics, so just going to struggle through all of this. So today is January 13th, and a very, very exciting thing happened to me on January 13th, 30 gulp years ago. My niece was born, and she was sort of the first kid I had in my life. And I think until the moment I met her, I'm gonna cry, my heart was really blocked and behind like brick walls, and I didn't even know that, right? Until her little being and a pure love I felt for her just blew these bricks away. Not all of them, but a hell of a lot of them, to where I thought like, wow, you know? And I do think her birth was the start of me sort of trying to recover from, childhood stuff. And so join me in wishing her name is Carrie, Care Bear, the happiest of birthdays. 30, right? Living in New York, married to the man she loves, having a great life, traveling, has, great friends. So, what more kind of do you wish than that? Maybe super incredibly wealthy, take care of her aunt when she's old. But yeah, her and her brother just, they informed my life, and, never having wanting kids. I love kids, right? Like I love children. Now one of my really good friends, two good friends in Arizona, had little kids. So it was really fun, to be an aunt to them, and, Carrie's ancestral love. There was something that, when she was born. But the story goes, my mom and I were looking at the babies, and my brother comes up and he's like, oh yeah, there she is. Well, it was the wrong baby. Oh, I guess you're exhausted. Whatever. It was this is just a Johnson story. But anyway, wish her a happy birthday. She is somewhere in New York City. And let's see, what does today's thing say? In our 365 days of wonder, however long the night, the dawn will break. African proverb. That's, to me, is like, this too shall pass. However long the night, the dawn will break. I like that. And today, Friday the 13th, I am not suspicious. When I got my one and only tattoo, I want to get another one, but I want it to be something important, meaningful. It was a Friday the 13th in May. Today's sticker day, y'all. Love me a sticker. I wear stickers on my mask from Dollar Tree at work. People love them. But again, look at this color combination. It really, like I said, I struggle with colors sometimes. I love color, but putting them in a way that makes sense to the eye. I don't always have to do that, but sometimes. So I've been eating, I got some turkey meat from Aldi. So this is, again, a low carb wrap. About half of it is all I really need. And then, so it's like 2 carbs. I have the turkey meat. I put a little mayonnaise. I put a little cranberry sauce, y'all, from the Trader Joe's, the kind in the jar. And a little bit of unexpected cheddar melted. Perfect. I've not been great about breakfast. But the other thing I want to talk to you is about my love for Elvis, y'all. The passing of Lisa Marie. How sad. That family, I don't know, it just seems there's tragedy, right? A lot of families have tragedy, of course, but her losing her son by suicide, I don't know how you recover, really. You kind of have to go on, and she's got, I think teenage daughters and an older daughter but, her son looks so much like Elvis, and the pressures he must have felt. It's just crazy what society does to people. But it's just sad. I guess she had a heart condition or something. But what makes me really happy is apparently she loved the Elvis movie, loved that Austin, I think, Butler, who played Elvis. I haven't watched it. I think I'm going to try to get it and watch it. And so her father's been portrayed in so many ways, except maybe human. But to have spent this last couple years in amazement of her father and people sharing the story in a way that made sense to her, that she thought honored her father. What an amazing gift, I mean, really, truly, for her and Priscilla and, all their children, all the ancestors of Elvis. But my Elvis story is my best friend growing up. She lives a couple doors down, and she had like a big family, and I was alone a lot, and I would hang out with them, and I loved her mother. Her mother was Nan. Loved Nan. She's just something else. And she loved Elvis. There was always Elvis music playing, and my friend and I would play Elvis and Priscilla. I always had to be Priscilla, who's adoring of Elvis, while she got to sing. It was like I never got to be Elvis, but I, so I grew up loving Elvis, and his music is a little bit of a soundtrack of my life when I was young. And my mother and father were not Elvis fans, y'all. And so I just have really good memories of us singing and carrying on, and her mom dancing in the kitchen and singing to Elvis. But she went to go see Elvis. It's in the 70s, y'all. Mid-70s maybe. But she was just happy for just years, I think, after that. But anyway, you guys, in our house, I got coffee. So I started collecting, as I do, Elvis stuff. And I had an Elvis bathroom. But when I moved here, I decided, I was going to have a cat bathroom, and mermaids were the thing. I changed. That's the thing. I'm changeable. I have a couple Elvis albums, and I have some stuff, but I let a lot of it go because you can only have so much stuff. I probably have some tucked away. But one of my patrons, I had an Elvis shirt on, and she loved that I loved Elvis because she loved Elvis. So she gave me this mug. And then I love the 64 comeback Elvis, y'all. That, if you haven't seen that to me is just the epitome of him at his best, and just musically and physically, and But watch that if you can find it, or clips of it. But she also gave me, I have some Elvis ornaments she gave me. She just loved it, so it was fun. So I have good memories of this mug. Yeah. So thank you, Mrs. M. Not that she's watching this. She might if I told her. I haven't seen her, so just not with my people. But I will say where I work, everyone's lovely. I mean, people are people, and there's dynamics and stuff like that. But overall, the staff is wonderful, and the energy's good, and the branches, I love the size of it, and it's got all kinds of windows and stuff, but it's just too far. But they've adjusted my schedule, so I'm working later. Today's only an 8-hour day for the branch, so I'm going to work early. But I appreciate that so much, and I'm coming up to 3-day weekend, y'all. I got so much planned. So, but look at this color, you guys. Now that I spilled all over it. It's just a plain from the Old Navy sweatshirt. So soft. But I love this green. This is what I would like a couch, this color. Whenever years from now when I get a new couch. I'd like something like this. I'm having fun visualizing how I redo my living room. I need new flooring. And these are things, as I get a roommate and get some extra cash, is what I'm going to do. And the only, the couch in I have a recliner, and it's actually falling apart, and I'm going to replace that soon. I think it hurts my back. But then I have a love seat and a couch that I'd like to replace, and a table. So yeah, dreams, right? It's fun to think about, but this is definitely a color. And then I've been trying to wear jewelry. So this isn't that beautiful? It was in my bling, y'all. Maybe I'll show a real quick overview of my jewelry, where I keep my jewelry. For those of you who did not go through the decluttering of it and organizing. Isn't that pretty? And then some earrings. So I got this with Angela at this place we go to, Sweet Clover. So it's about an hour and a half away. It's a trip to go, but we would go once a month usually. Beverly and I are thinking of going next week, so it'll be a first time without her. But it's been a year and some months now since we went. And then the water continues, you guys. I've had about 10 ounces before I had my coffee. I did pretty good yesterday. I drank all that I set out. So I had about 60 ounces yesterday. I would love, that's the low end. That's fine. I would like to hit these next 3 days. I really want to, because I'm home. So I'd really like to hit 80 every day. But, so yeah, let me do a little quick thing on these. So these are the Trader Joe's double chocolate wafer cookies that are new. I don't have my receipt. I want to say they're like $4 something probably. I don't know. It seems like everything right now is like $4.49. So it says chocolate wafers with chocolate cream and a hint of hazelnut. Now, I don't mind hazelnut, y'all. I don't. But I don't like the overwhelming flavor to be hazelnut. So these are superb. Now, I told y'all these are danger. They're not quite like the Hostess ones where I almost had to eat a whole bag in 2 days. I've had this bag for a while. But look how little bit. The chocolate, the flavor is wonderful. You don't get I didn't even realize at first. I'm like, it's a hint of something, and I went and read the bag. So, if you like these things, it has coconut oil. You get 7 cookies or 150 calories, so it's a lot. But I gave myself about 5 yesterday to have as a treat. They're very good. So I would suggest grabbing them. If you like that kind of thing, it's just, they're satisfying. There's something, whatever's not in there doesn't make me crave them. Like those other things are dangerous. So, forgot to sit in front of my light because I was up in bed working on one of my journals, just throwing, I have, they're like oil pastel. I don't know, some kind of marker, like a crayon, a big fat art crayon. So I just sat for 10 minutes. Now, see, maybe I need to put my light up there. Yeah, I would think this through this weekend. And just added slashes and dots and scribbles. And I'm really committed to at least 5 minutes a day. It usually ends up being more of playing. Just playing with color. Getting my muscle fluid again. And my supervisor at work, her mom is sick and, older, got some kind of lung issue, probably going to hospice. And, it's so funny because I really couldn't understand why I was being sent to this library. I mean, all things said and done, the other library really probably needed me more. And, but sometimes, I try to say to myself, okay, there's something here, right? You just don't know what it is. And you might not know what it is until much later, hindsight. But I think I'm here to support her because it is, it's hard. And she's an only child and, there's all kinds of, just drama. She's lucky her work supports her. She's got a great team. She's got a great staff and they're going to support her. But, I've been through this, right? And it's funny. So I ask her questions, this, this, and this, and she does, and it helps clarify in her head, and so to be able to share my experience. And of course, one of the biggest things, like I said, I learned is I honestly, and I couldn't have done any different at the time, but, I fought so hard. I thought I could get my mom to be okay. Honestly, 4 months. It was maybe two weeks before she actually died that I thought, And so, like I said, her mom has made her decisions. And, it's like, in a way that's good because you don't have to fight for her to get better. You can just enjoy her, and it's hard. It's hard. So I think that's why I'm here. Yeah. And of course I cried last night so hard, but there's obviously, Angela and Mimi said there's grief. Of course, you never, ever, everyone knows. I mean, God, some of you lost children and it just breaks my heart. But grief is never ending. It just changes, right? It just changes. So, but, I've been crying a lot and it's just, it is, I think it's important that I do that. And I think with Angela this year, I've been just trying to survive and get through. There's just too much change for me. when I got switched to this new library, and what was that, beginning of December, literally it confused me. I have just been in almost like a slow motion. I can't explain it. It's been an interesting, trying to look and say, it's been an interesting experience, but I've been confused and in a way I can't explain. It's just sometimes I'm like, where am I driving to today, right? Because it's just a lot of change for me after being in the same place for like basically 30 years. And now I'm at my second place in a year, and having lost Angela and the oasis at her house and being with her and so so it's like I'm a little confused and slow, and I'm just thinking, that's okay. It makes me nervous. Like, is this going to be my reality from now on, or is something going to happen? And so I'm trying to work through all those fears and accept that. There was a quote my friend Mary sent me. It was basically, I'm not a mess, or I'm not behind. I'm just exactly where I should be. And there's a lot of freedom in that, that why are you judging yourself when you're exactly where you need to be, right? It's like when you're young and you think you're fat and you start, and society tells you you're fat, doctors tell you you're fat, but guess what? You weren't fat. It's a fat phobic world, especially in the 70s and 80s. And you think back, wow. It was like lies that I believed. So, it's just to be okay. Yep, this is it. This is how I feel. It's okay. Be aware. But anyway, that's my little talk today, sharing with you. So I didn't think I posted yesterday. It was a hard day yesterday, but yeah. But it's this joyous celebration that my niece, and we're not as close now, but I'm gonna cry. I'm so proud of myself as an aunt. I would have been to these kids, and it's not been easy. And I think I have a little part of them being sane and being the people they are, and that that is really something I hold dear in my heart. And to not have expectations of how things should be now. I do, of course, but they're teaching me not to have these expectations, but have boundaries. So, I would drop everything and change my schedule, take time off, whatever it was, to help my brother, to be with him. So, sometimes I think people don't appreciate when you have something, you've always had it. You don't really appreciate it. I try to appreciate things so much. I think that's losing my dad at 17 that, I knew, you don't know. But I am proud of the aunt I was and am, All right, guys, you take care. I'm okay. I really am okay. Hot Mess Express, that's fine. Okay. I really want to get some stuff done. I'm going to take y'all with me tomorrow. But yeah, so you guys have a good one, a good start to the weekend. Happy Friday the 13th, you guys. And I promise I'm going to try to get my rest of my Dollar Tree so I can fill my new Dollar Tree and put that up. But okay, guys, take care.